Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the duo group Ironman. Last video, I spent a few days at Zora just to try out the Bofa and have fun there, and also kind of to get the Serp Visage too, which we got. It's the first Serp Visage on our accounts, and that's going to be super nice for when we eventually go back to Slayer and get forecast tasks. But Zora wasn't actually the main focus of the last video, that's just what they want you to think. The real focus was farming as many giant seaweed as possible, and I was farming about 1,000 per day, which I'm not sure if I can continue to keep that up. But even if I get a little bit less than that, I have to get to 10.5k, so it's 5 days, or we'll call it like a week of farming giant seaweed to get all the giant seaweed banked that I need for 99 crafting. Spook has over 8k giant seaweed banked, and she offered to loan me the amount that I need to get to 99, but I said no because, I don't know, I kind of want to just do some other skilling stuff in between anyways. It's a good excuse for what we're going to be doing this video, which I guess you know already, it's going to be runecrafting. I have almost 100,000 day alt shards to convert to essence that I mined a while back. I think it was while I was grinding Gauntlet, I was doing this in between. So we're going to convert all this into essence, and I had some essence in the bank from before as well. And the total amount of day alt essence is 113k, although I'm probably going to put 100k in the thumbnail just because it looks cleaner, but I have over 100k day alt to go through. If you don't know what day alt essence does, it gives you 50% extra XP when you use it to craft runes over just using regular pure essence. But I'm going to be doing Ourania Altar, by the way, and Ourania gives you 70% bonus XP for the runes that you craft there, which means in total you get 155% extra XP by using Day Alt Essence at Ourania. You have to pay 20 runes each time you open the bank at Ourania, and I have a whole bunch of mine runes I got from doing barrows a while back, so I'm going to take these out and leave them in the inventory. I'm also going to remove the placeholder, put in bank fillers, and this way when I try to deposit my inventory, nothing will get deposited. And then also gonna get rid of deposit warrant items, so I won't be able to accidentally misclick on that. Eniola is the banker at the Ourania Altar, and each time you try to bank, you'll get this interface come up, which is where you choose the runes that you want to pay. But if you talk to him, instead you could choose a quick payment, and then we'll have this interface. I'll choose the mine runes, and now I can just left click him to bank, and it's going to automatically take those 20 mine runes away. There's a plugin called Runecrafting Utilities, and I would highly recommend getting this for training RC. I have my withdraw set to all. I left click to withdraw the essence, and then I can left click Colossal Pouch to deposit it because of the plugin. Left click, left click, left click. And then we're good to go. And we'll hop over to one of the official Ourania Altar worlds because there's monsters around here and they attack you and you don't want to die because that's XP waste. Okay, well clearly people don't use the US Ourania world, so we're going over to the classic Ourania world, 327. Should be a bunch of people here. You see this feature right here, empty pouches near altar. Now that I'm near the Ourania Altar, the left click option is empty, so I can just very quickly boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and then I use the Ourania teleport to take me right back here, and I don't need to do it this run, but I'll just show you for the future. I can use spellbook swap to switch over to the Arceuus spellbook, and there's a spell called Vigour, and this converts your prayer points into run. So when I use it, you'll see I now have full run, and I used up a bit of my prayer. And to restore my prayer, there's an altar right here, very, very conveniently. So I will not have to use stamina pots doing this method. And then when I get over to the banker here, deposit, let me bring it. Oh, also because I have the runecrafting outfit, I'm getting 60% more runes than I would otherwise. Very, very nice to have here, especially for ironman. And yeah, I could just deposit all straight into the bank. And because I have the placeholders or the bank fillers in there, I don't have to worry about grabbing the stuff I need back out. It seems like I don't actually have to use Vigour every trip. Every 2 trips seems fine. And at least so far, I know I haven't been here for too long, but so far every time I have gotten soul runes, which is the only rune that I need. And when the pouch degrades, I do already have the runes on me to cast NPC contact, so I'll be able to repair it. You know what the most crazy thing is about Ourania now, which I think it's not a RuneLite update, I think this was like a Jagex update recently. They changed something with how the code works, but you can one click from the altar. They used to have this a long time ago, then they banned it because it was a client thing, and now it's just officially part of the game. Left click on the altar, and I'll see you back when we get there to show that it actually does craft your runes. Okay, I've not clicked on the altar since I clicked on it from the bank, so you'll see right here that all the runes have been crafted. That's freaking insane. I think you will need the GPU plugin on so you can actually see that far away, but I think the clicking on it part is just like a Jagex update. Okay, I got the timer here. I'm gonna test out 1 hour. I have to reset my XP per hour as well. We're We're gonna test out 1 hour and see how much XP I get in that time with Day Alt Essence at Ourania. My hit points are running low, so whenever that happens, which I think would probably be like once per hour, I'll bring the concave with me so that after I craft this inventory, I could teleport to the POH and restore everything, and then not have to worry about it for probably another hour. Or I guess instead of bringing the concave with me when that happens, I could just spellbook swap to the regular spellbook and then POH teleport. There is 1 hour of Ourania Runecrafting, so just gonna finish up this trip and we'll check out the numbers. Unfortunately, I forgot to check the amount of essence I had beforehand, but I think it's about 4.5 to 5k is what I use. I was looking at Sebe's video and he used 5.2k essence in 1 hour, but he also got 122k XP per hour, whereas I only got 97k. But I feel like I'm more representative of the average player who's not doing everything tick perfect. Also, you should be very thankful to me for skipping my seaweed run to get these numbers for you. But yeah, it was 97k RCXP in 1 hour, which is guaranteed to go down over time. This is just like 1 hour of fully paying attention, but normally I would not be paying this much attention. Plus the fact that I'm going to be doing birdhouse runs and seaweed runs every hour, so that's going to cut into the XP per hour for sure. Also, I didn't mention yet what the goal is. The goal is going to be to get 95 Runecraft, so that way I'll be able to craft wrath runes, and we can use the demonic offering spell, which is going to give a lot of passive prayer XP just from training Slayer from like the Abyssal Demon ashes, Necreal ashes if we want to melee them, ashes from Cerberus, etc. And it looks like I'm about 2.7 mil XP away from 95 Runecraft. 2.7 mil. With the amount of XP I got for this essence, if 100k XP is, let's even say worst case scenario is 5k essence for 100k XP, that means 100k essence is going to get me 2 mil XP. So I will be mining Day Alt essence in my downtime, although I do still have plenty of pure essence from Zora and raids. I think the best part about using spellbook swap and Vile Vigour is that there's no delay when using it. I mean, at the very worst, it's just like maybe you lose a couple ticks by restoring your prayer, but that's a pretty negligible factor compared to being able to save stamina pots on an iron. Oh my gosh, I just realized something. When my health is running low, that means it's about time for my birdhouse run and my seaweed run, so I won't actually have to go any more out of the way than I would otherwise to go back to the POH to restore my health, because I'd be doing that anyways. It's pretty crazy how empty it is now compared to before Guardians of the Rift came out. I assume that's like why it's so empty now. So there used to always be a bunch of people running back and forth and you barely ever got attacked. I've already gained almost 500k RCXP today. And why am I... $92 Runecraft, I'm now officially halfway. I'm just about to do a couple more trips before bed and then my seaweed run. But I just want to point out the XP I got in 1 day, which wasn't even like a full day for me of training RC, was 800k. And I'm just thinking back to when I would spend a whole day at Blood Runes at Zaya or a whole day of Soul Runes on Zaya on my other accounts. And like, I think the most XP I ever got in a day before for Runecrafting was like 500, maybe 600k, probably not even that much. But here I am, just my first day of doing this, getting over 800k Runecraft XP in 1 day with XP rates that I think are somewhat comparable to what lava runes used to be. You know, for like an efficient tick perfect player, I could never even dream of getting an XP rate like this. But here we are with Day Alt, the Ourania Altar, the Colossal Pouch. It's just mind-blowing to me. Hello, 93 RC. On the wiki, I was just now looking at the page for Ourania Altar, and there's actually this very useful table. It shows you like by each level range, and then this column over here shows you XP per essence or XP per Day Alt essence. So I'm getting about 23 XP per essence. I should have looked at this earlier because I could have done the calculations earlier, but that is the true estimated XP per essence. After 2 whole long days of runecrafting, we finally have another level. As they say, a runecraft level a day keeps the spook dogs away because you're busy gaming and have no time to hang out. Yeah, I've made it this far. Now there's only 5 million XP left to go for 99. There's a little tip for you if you're using spellbook swap. In the menu swapper extended plugin, not the regular menu entry swapper, but menu swapper extended from the plugin hub, if you go into the settings and go all the way to the bottom, you can make the left click for spellbook swap be whatever you want it to be. And because I'm using Arceuus spellbook the most, that's why I have my left click set to. So you can see my left click goes straight to Arceuus. I also recommend hiding your NPC attack options so that way you don't accidentally misclick on one of these guys. Or like with this guy, you can't attack him, but you can taunt him. But if you shift right click, you can swap your left click to be walk here instead of taunt. So as you can see, if I misclick on him when I'm trying to go for the altar or the ladder, I'm not actually going to click on him, I'll just click straight through him. What happens if I cast this? There are no hit points around to replenish. Oh. Wait, what about now? Oh, they're all freaking Ironman, dude. Or they have their 8 off. I'm pretty sure if you're an Ironman, you can use these kinds of spells on other people. Like I could venge someone else if they had 8 on. But you can't have it cast on you. Is this the level? Yay, virtual magic level. I mean, totally real magic level. I have run out of day alt essence, but luckily over the last few days while I was AFK mining, I mined almost 17k more. I'm under 200k XP to 95 Runecraft, and I did the calculations, and this is pretty much the exact amount, maybe a little bit more than what I need, but in total that will have meant that I used 130,000 day alt essence this video to get to 95. So I will see you back with the level in a couple hours. Well, this is it, my very last trip to the ZMI altar, because there is 95 Runecraft. I can now craft wrath runes. Just finish up this inventory here. You can look at the total XP that I gained from all the runecrafting I did here this video, which is 2.8 mil XP. My XP per hour over like a whole day of doing this, when you include the birdhouse and the seaweed runs, usually goes down to like 80k or even lower Runecraft XP per hour. So let's say I average 80k XP per hour for 2.8 mil XP. That is 35 hours of runecrafting. When comparing this to Guardians of the Rift, I think I was getting like 40 to 45k XP per hour. So this is like at the very least double the XP, if not even more, if I wasn't doing my birdhouse and seaweed runs. Let's take a look at the before and after of the rune stacks. So for the Mind Goblin runes, I started with 372k, and I guess I used about 40k runes in payment, or probably a little bit more because I think I have a chance to craft the mind runes. So a bit over 40k mind runes were used opening the bank at Ourania. And then let's deposit these in here. Then I'll put like a comparison side by side or on top and below so you can see before and after of all the runes I crafted in total from Ourania. One more thing I guess we could look at is the magic XP from using spellbook swap and all the teleports and vile vigor. So throughout this grind, I gained 325k mage XP. Now that I have 95 RC, of course, the next thing to do is test out making wrath runes. For me, running through the Myths Guild, so I need the anti-dragon shield, I have the Fury and the Suffering for defense. Unfortunately, I don't have Ring of Endurance, nor do I have Crafting Cape, so I'm not going to stay here too long, just enough to get some wrath runes to get us started. In my hat, I do already have the tune to the Catalytic Tiara, so I don't have to make a Wrath Tiara or anything. I'm going to shift right click the Myth Cape so I can make the left click to be teleport. So now left click and it's going to teleport me over to the Myths Guild. And then we're going to run down here, run past all the dragons. So I do have the Concape equipped for whenever, I don't know, like every few trips I'll probably have to teleport to the POH to restore my health on the pool. There's a cave entrance here, which I could probably tag on Runelight to make it a bit easier to see and click on from far away. I do have to be on the lunar spellbook because since I don't have the Runecraft cape, my pouches will degrade, so I have to use NPC contact. So I have the runes for that on me. And because I don't have the crafting cape and I'm also on the lunar spellbook, the way I'm going to bank is going to be using the Moon Clan teleport because it's not too far from a bank and it's the closest teleport to a bank I could think of on the lunars. I crafted about 100 wrath runes. It's not going to be exact every time. It might be anywhere from like 90 to 110-ish. Just because of the way the extra % chance works with the outfit gives you like a chance to craft extra runes for each rune. It's kind of weird to explain. Just like being able to click the Ourania Altar from the bank, I can also click here from the ladder. I'm going to test out 1 hour of wrath rune crafting and we'll figure out the XP per hour, the number of runes crafted, etc. I'm just going to wear the myth cape instead because I'm taking no damage from, I can also shift right click, left click teleport, because I'm taking no damage from the dragon, so freeing up an inventory spot this way. This was like perfect timing to finish up this trip. That is 1 hour, so let's go to the bank and see everything that we got. Oh my gosh, the math for this just worked out beautifully. So 1 hour, I got 60k XP. I did 75 trips to the Wrath Altar in the hour. I used up 22 doses of stamina potion. I used about 5k day alt essence, and I crafted about 8,000 Wrath runes. If I was using pure essence, I wouldn't have gotten the 50% extra XP, so I would have gotten 40k XP instead of 60k with the day alts. And then the math checks out with the outfit giving you 60% more, because if you add 60% to 5k, that would add on 3k more. So like the math is so perfectly even, as it should be, of course. When I do come back in the future to craft more Wrath runes, I'll probably do something similar I did for Ourania Runecrafting, where every hour, every 2 hours maybe, I don't need to bring the concave with me. I can just use spellbook swap to the regular spellbook, and then just teleport to the POH, because just the stuff I have on me is perfectly set up to be able to do that. Oh, let's see the GP per hour as well. The 8,000 Wraths I crafted are worth 2.3 mil. Now the question is, what the heck houndor do I need Wrath runes for? Well, there's a spell called Demonic Offering, and I'll show you the wiki page. It costs 1 Wrath rune and 1 soul rune, and each time you use it, it sacrifices 3 ashes. So instead of normally scattering them yourself, it does it for you, and it does 3 at the same time. And when you use it, it gives you 3 times the normal XP you would normally get for scattering them. And when you use the spell, it also restores your prayer points for converting the ashes. There's also Sinister Offering, which is the same thing except you use it on bones, but 3 times XP for bones isn't really good considering the Wildy Altar exists, and you could get much better XP multipliers than using the spell on it. So Sinister Offering I don't think is worth it for group Ironman unless you're a hardcore, or maybe a UIM, then you might want to consider it. You're supposed to be able to get a 1-to-1 ratio of Slayer XP to Prayer XP depending on how you train Slayer, if you're using this spell the whole time. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too late for me considering I'm pretty close to 99 at this point. But also, knowing me, I'll be getting a bunch of post-99 Slayer XP, probably even before maxing. So I'll just see how close I am to 99 Prayer by the time I'm trying to like push for max. Either way though, I'm going to go into the group storage and I'll toss Spook over 5k Wrath runes. I feel like this is an activity that I would kind of just do whenever I want to zone out and not think about anything. So that should have her set for a while, and I'm sure I'll end up crafting a bunch of Wrath runes here and there. Yeah, Spook's currently 84, almost 85 Slayer, so when she gets to 85, if she starts AFKing Abbey Demons, that spell's gonna be very, very useful. For me, I just used like the Ash Sanctifier the whole time because we didn't have Wrath runes, and I just hadn't even thought about the spell at all. So I kind of missed out on a lot of Slayer XP, but at least she'll be able to get a bit more prayer XP out of it and kind of train these skills in tandem. 4 days ago, my giant seaweed stack was at 53. I forgot to switch the teleport. My seaweed stack was at 5,300. And if we take a look at what the giant seaweed stack is at now, we are at 9,800. So I was still getting over 1,000 seaweed per day, like 1,200 seaweed per day still. While I'm mining sand, I'll do a few more giant seaweed runs, but for the most part, I mean, this is basically the amount I need for 99. So it's very nice to have that banked and stored away. And next video, what we're going to start off with is mining sand, because I have to mine like 40,000 more or something. Whoa, look at the trees in the background. They like go over the buildings. That's cool. Anyways, make sure to check out my duo teammate SpookDog's channel, which you can find linked below in every video description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you have a great day, and I will see you again next time. Isn't it crazy how this episode was episode number 95 and the whole goal of the video was to get 95 Runecraft?